I am sitting here with Public Advocate of New York City, Letitia James. Thank you so much for having us here on your stoop.
Welcome to my stoop.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi! Come on! Oh my God. He's afraid. Come on!
Oh my God.
Come on! Say hey, honey. Say welcome to Clinton Hill, everybody. This is honey. So what is the public advocate in layman's terms? So the public advocate is checks and balances on the mayor of the city of New York. We preside over the city council. We're ex officio members of the city council. I am a trustee on the pension board, where we appropriate and decide on investing monies in a lot of different products. I pass legislation, I hold hearings, but best of all, I'm a lawyer, and so I sue people.
Who do you sue?
The mayor.
The mayor.
Yes.
And what have you sued the mayor over?
So I've sued them over vulnerable children. I've sued them over disabled children. I've sued them over the fact that they did not respond to the needs of autistic children. I've sued them over ACS, the Administration for Children's Services. I think it's important that in order to maintain our ability to have checks and balances on the mayor, when negotiation fails and agitation fails, then I resort to litigation.
You've been a pretty fierce advocate for children with disabilities.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
How going forward, what are you seeking to do for them? Do you have initiatives planned?
So we're going to continue to make sure that children, particularly in public school and in private school, children who have IEPs, individual educational plans, that they're getting the services that they need and deserve by law, and that they get personal instruction so that they can continue to compete and we're not ignoring them, and that they're not sitting in classrooms doing absolutely nothing. It's so critically important that they too are entitled to universal public education.
So what are your opinions on charter schools?
So I support some charter schools, but it's not universal, only because I believe that charter schools should play by the same rule. And that's all that I'm asking. I want charter schools to make sure that they admit children who are disabled, English language learners, children who are homeless, and that the lottery system be as expansive and as fair and as transparent as possible. But the bottom line is that when you analyze it, they really don't play by the same rules, and it's important that they play by the same rules so that all children can prosper and that all children can have a quality education, and that is so important.
What would you plan to do to assuage some of the transit problems we're experiencing in the city?
What we have done, unfortunately, over the years is divert funds that should be directed towards MTA towards other purposes. And so now we just experienced the summer of hell, and now everyone is focusing on the transit problems. Shout out to all the L riders and the G riders. Peace. Yeah. But the bottom line is that what we should do is make sure that we have a locked box, and that box remains locked, and that it's dedicated towards capital funding and infrastructure funding and bringing MTA up to a state of good repair.
How do we combat wealth disparity as it pertains to housing in New York?
So, a couple of things. One, we need to pay women the same salary as we pay men. So wage disparity is a major issue. Gender disparity is a major issue. So one of the issues that we focused on is banning salary history. And that bill will be signed into law by the mayor of the city of New York. And basically what it does is prohibit employers from asking about your previous salary history. Because women are paid less than men, when you ask about your previous salary history, you're exacerbating the wage inequality for women, which follows you all the way to retirement. Two, we need to be more transparent with regards to salaries, again, because of that disparity. And three, we need to raise wages. That is so critically important. And four, we need to transform our tax system and not provide tax write-offs to build more luxury housing. What we need is more moderate and middle-income housing and low-income housing for different constituencies in the city of New York. And we need to support residents in public housing as well. And that's where the federal government should and must step in. And it's unfortunate that our federal government is dysfunctional at this point in time.
How will we create more job opportunities for women, minority women, particularly women of color, going forward? One
of the things that I have supported and I've spoken at is women in construction. We need to teach our young girls about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That is so really critically important. We need to teach our girls how to code. We need to teach our girls to run for office. We need to teach our girls to mind their business. I mean, be in charge of their business. That's the best way to be the boss. You know, I speak to a number of organizations, Girl Be Heard, which is fabulous. I talk about sexual assaults. We did an initiative on sexual assaults on college campuses, just talking to the girls to not be victims anymore. So all of that and more, it's just raising a generation of young girls to just take over.
Critics over the years have been vocal about the public advocate being obsolete. What do you have to say to them?
We've reached out to every corner of New York City, and we've gone to neighborhoods that did not support me because I'm here to serve and not to be served. And I'm not here to serve only Democrats, but I'm here to serve Republicans and independents and millennials and those who didn't vote. And the Office of Public Advocate obviously is a critical position, someone who has a sense of the needs of a community, and someone who will should continue to hold the mayor and the city council accountable for their actions.
In the wake of the Harvey Weinstein allegations and the Me Too movement, I'm just wondering if you could speak to that a bit, especially in your industry, which is, as we discussed, male.
Yeah, it's male dominated. So Harvey Weinstein, obviously this is a culture of sexual harassment, which is not limited just to Hollywood. It happens in a wide range of industries. We led a protest against Bill O'Reilly and Roger Ailes and against the culture of harassment that unfortunately existed at Fox News. I hope that it doesn't exist anymore. So we're going to continue to raise our voice against sexual harassment. But more important than that, we teach women about the tools that they need. And it's really critically important that women fight back and understand their rights.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sitting with us today. This is amazing.